Chapter 7. Commercial property insurance is in conjunction with retail business, either owned or used for business. The insurance coverage is for all properties, for building or contents such as stock and material. Types of commercial properties insurance policy. There's two types. One is commercial property form, IBC 4036, or commercial property broad form, IBC 4037. So basically what we're starting with is the 8 perils, which is under the commercial property form, IBC 4036. 1 is fire. All policies, personal or commercial. Lightning, including electrical device such as comprehensive form or personal property. Explosion, including no water, hammer, or freezing except explosion or natural coal or manufactured gas. Impact by aircraft, spacecraft, or land vehicle. No coverage if the loss is caused inside or outside the building during taxing or owning, unless it is accidental. So riot, vandalism, or malicious acts, proof is required for strikes inside and outside the premises by quitted employee or locked out angry employees or even public like Canucks. Smoke due to sudden, unusual, and faulty operations of any stationary furnace or caused by fire. Leakage from fire protection equipment, discharge of water, sprinkler system or collapse of or rupture due to freezing or fire protection equipment on the premises or adjoining structure. Windstorm or hail is $500 for trees and plants. Same as Section A. $5,000 on all occurrence. An opening in the exterior, opening of the roof of the building first. No coverage for flood, snow load, tidal wave, earthquake, or landslide. So those are the 8 perils you should remember. Commercial property broad form, IBC 4037. Advantage of broad form is extremely broad. All risk or direct physical loss or damage subject to conditions and exclusions. Breach of condition, non-recoverable. So make sure no breach under your conditions. Warranties, you can be denied. Declaration page. Rate charge, how is it determined? Based on fire rate at first cost of $100 of insurance, such as 70 cents divided by 100 multiplied by the insurance is 500,000 equals to 3,500 based off rate is considered on 5 factors: construction, protection from public and personal, occupation, location, and client's history. Common clause to commercial property insurance forms. Description of property insurance: property, stock, equipment, contents of all property and fixtures, structures such as metal perimeter, fencing, pole signs, yard lights, which is on declaration page, from including trees, plants, shrubs, flowers inside the building. So basically the insured will be doing that. Whoever owns the building. Tenants will have their own separate tenancy agreement. Co-insurance clause is partial loss only or 80% coverage of ACV on perils penalty or lesser 2% of the applicable amount of insurance. 5,000 is charged or deliberately underinsured. Determine the amount of settlement for a partial loss for stock. Says your insurance did should have been, and the amount of loss equals to settlement, which is what the insured paid. So did should multiplied by the loss equals to settlement. Debris removal 5%. Extension coverage should not exceed over 25%. Reinstatement clause means loss under any items of this form shall not be reduced the applicable amount of insurance. For example, Lata has 300,000 insurance and loss of 200,000. That means left is 100,000. In this case, the insurer paid the loss of 200,000 and afterwards the insurer stayed at 300. That is reinstatement of loss. There is no change in your policy. And that's a good news. What is subrogation? Subrogation means the insurer has the right to recover any payments or assuming liability the insured against other or any neighboring actions, such as ICBC. If the third party had an accident and they go ahead and pay the insurance and then get the other party to pay for it. Property protection system is to prevent losses of activity or reduce severity. Sprinkler system, fire extinguisher, fire detecting system, intrusion or alarm system. Note, under the condition if the insurer finds that the above situation is defective or exists, the insurer may reduce the coverage or charge additional premium and cancel the policy. So make sure there's no defective materials in there, such as if the RCMP calls you a couple times, comes over and they will disconnect it. So that's a defective material. Other commercial property insurance coverage or forms property away from the insured's premises should be on the declaration page for properties on which the location or in transit. Too common off premises coverage, property in transit, additional premium, and then locked vehicle warranty. It's coverage only in your vehicle, and in case of theft, forceful entry, doors and windows were closed. So it's very important thing to remember locked vehicle warranty. Temporary location is where your control of the insured shall be under the commercial platform and additional premium. Glass insurance is accidental due to earthquake or earth movement. This is only on commercial, not on personal. Caused by thieves, forceful entry and exit. Exclusion will be fire, war, nuclear, energy hazard. So that's not covered. Valuable papers and records insurance restricted to bank value only. So make sure everything has been put into safe. The coverage is most important to insurance brokers, lawyers, architects, doctors, schools. Crime insurance, performance stock equipment for burglary, robbery, and theft. So burglary means evidence of force was used into the property. Merchant stock burglary means people took unlawfully taken from the premise. Safe burglary was evidence of force used gain access and locked and secured safe box or entire safe was missing. Robbery is bank robbery. Theft is broadest coverage. Anybody can take anything, your stocks, money. And that should be forceful entry and exit also. No cash registers though. Broiler and machinery, an inspection is required. Inspection report before the policy is granted, and it is inspection judges who are object to dangerous conditions coverage be suspended immediately without notification to the mortgagee. Two key coverages are electrical and mechanical. Boilers and brushes versus 15 pounds air conditioning units, electric panels and switchgear, electric motors, compressor and pump. Contractor insurance while in transit of the job site, while waiting installation, and during the installation of building the process. Builder's risk broad form IBC 40242 provides the best coverage to future owners and property or the contractor. Property insured, material and supplies entered into or completion of the project, property including landscaping, building forms, holdings, and scaffolding are included in the now. Exclusion, contractor's tools and equipments are not included. Cost of faulty of improper material, workshop or design is not included. Policy period, actual cost of construction until begins. No construction for 30 days will be excluded. Limit of insurance is required equivalent to completing value of the project. Equipment floater, endorsement, movable equipment such as road construction, logging, excavation, the big trucks or the machines. Installation floater, special in machinery and equipment, plumbing, heating, conditioning. Business interruption insurance pays for expense. In case of control of indemnity, pays expense, pays a profit, ensures small, same peril as property policy coverage, not limited to policy period, pays expense when they reduce amount of loss. So basically, if a restaurant catches on fire and you don't have a business, you basically are in the loss. Type of business interruption insurance forms in difference between earnings and profit form. Earnings form is commences at the time of the loss until repair, rebuild, or replacement is done. Profit form commences at the time of the loss and ceases at the time when the income has been restored. Exceptions not necessarily but could happen. Extra expense insurance IBC 4027. Extra expense incurred by insureds in continuing normal business operating after a loss up to 12 months. So remember 12 months, you know the difference between earnings and profit form. Such it affects the insurance brokerage, travel agencies, doctors, newspapers, and banks. This requires them to rent a temporary premises, equipment, and telephones. That is the coverage. Okay, now we'll go to the hint on its separate.